Hello everyone. So now that we have our pieces in place, that is the piece cutouts in place. This is the center front. This is another side of the center front. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to pick the shoulder darts and I'm going to pick the waist darts, as well as adding my facing. That is, I'm going to face this. So I'm going to quickly pick the shoulder darts and the waist darts. Then I'm going to put, I mean, stitch the facing. So stay with me. I have this side stitched. I have the shoulder darts picked, I have the waist darts picked, and I have my facing picked and a top stitch. So the next thing is I'm going to stitch the other side of the center front. I'm going to stitch this together, and I'm also going to pick this dart. So stay with me. So I actually forgot to tell you this. I've picked the dart of this side. So I'll need to cut facing, because we need to face this other side. So I'll be cutting facing. Of course, you place your fabric in this direction. You trace out the parts, how you want it, but it shouldn't be so much. Then you cut out. So this will serve as facing for this. So this is facing. You need to apply your interfacing. It's because I'm using a small scale and it's not what I'm going to wear. So you should add your interfacing on this and on this as well. You can use facing or lining, depends on how you want it. I'm only illustrating how to achieve the style and in terms of sewing it, how to stitch it together. So I'm going to do same here. I'm going to mark the facing point. I'm going to put this in this direction so that I'm able to so the facing will be accurate by the time they are being stitched. So it will be accurate. Don't need much on the side. So I'm going to connect in this direction. Like I said, you need to apply interfacing so it will retain the shape of the garment. You can also apply facing on your lining, so at the end of the day you have a perfect finishing and a perfect look from inside and outside of the garment. So quickly I'm going to apply this facing in this direction. I'm sorry sorry, I'm going to join this together first. I'm going to join them together in this direction, stitch together, then apply it. But before then, I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the facing and this is the main garment. So I'm going to place it in this direction and I'll go stitch together. I'll go stitch like this, and like this. So let's stitch. So now the other side of the front here. So this is it. We have it set. So this is how the other side, this is how it's going to look like. I added the facing to it, so it's going to look like this. And by the time you're placing, it's going to be like this. This is how you place it to the center front. That is, you're placing the other side together in this direction. Looking at the picture, you realize this is how the center front looks like. Here. So you can as well just tack this down so it does not move. You can tack it down. So let's just have it done this way. You can tack it down. So this is how it's going to look like. So let's quickly look at the center back. So I'm going to start with the center back. I'm going to start with with this side of the center back. I'll be joining these two together. in this kind of actual dress, the zipper can be at the side. The zipper can be at the side, or you have it at the back, depends on what you want. But in this case, the zipper is going to be by the side for me. By the side for me. Though, even though I'm not putting that, but I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to join this first for you to see what it's going to look like. I'm going to stitch that first. I'm going to place it in this direction, secure with my pin, and stitch down. Now that we have this stitched, I'm going to pick this as well. I'm going to pick this as well and stitch together. I'm going to stitch this together in this direction. I'm going to stitch this now. So I also have this set stitched. So I'm going to be placing this side of it. This is the center back. This is the center back. I'm going to, but before that, actually, okay, let's just have it stitched before we incorporate our facing. So I'm going to be stitching this together. Yeah, I'm going to be stitching together. So let me just, so now that I have it stitched, we will be applying facing. So we need to cut facing for it. So I'm going to get these pieces. I'm going to use it to cut out my my facing. I'm going to place in this direction. Don't forget, you need to apply interfacing. I'm only illustrating with this. So I'm going to cut out the facing, but you need the measurement. So all you need to do is mark it in this direction. You mark it in this direction. Depends on how much facing you're adding. Okay, so I'm going to do this. If you want, you can give it a full facing. You can, like I said earlier, you can apply what's it called, lining to it, but your lining will also need facing. So for this course, I'm only illustrating for you to know how to stitch properly. So I'm going to take it to the machine to stitch together, so we can have a nice edge, So I'm going to take it out now to stitch. So now we have the center back ready. I've already placed the facing. So now we're going to stitch the shoulder to shoulder. That is, we're going to apply. Okay, before that, let me just show you how it's going to look like. Of course, you can't leave your cloth like this. You're going to overlock it. You're going to overlock the rough edge. But for you to see what we're doing, this is what it's going to look like. So now we're going to stitch the shoulder to shoulder and the facing to facing. So this center front will come down like this. Don't forget, this side is going to be held with zipper. You'll be applying zip to it. So your shoulder to shoulder, you ensure the facing and this other facing click together in this direction. You hold down together. Don't forget, you will need to apply interfacing, so to retain the shape. So that is that. Of course, I'm going to shape this facing is longer. The center front facing is longer than that of the center back, so it means I'm going to reshape. But you understand what I'm saying. So now I'm going to stitch the shoulder to shoulder and also stitch the side. Though I'm going to stitch a little bit of the side so that we can see the finishing properly. So let me go to the machine. So finally, we have our upper part, because it's demonstrate. We all know how to make the lower part, which is the skirt. So this is the upper part. This is what it's going to look like at the end of the day. And for the sleeve is very simple. Just click the button below to get the link to draft your sleeve, and you have your shoulder part to the sleeve. So of course, from here you'll be incorporating your skirt. That is, from the waist below, you incorporate your skirt. So this is what it is for the upper part. I so much love the outcome. I wish I so much love it, and I hope you're going to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe, share. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I love you. Bye. Happy New Year once again.